Success is not a matter of chance. It is the result of a deliberate alignment between the inner workings of our mind and the actions we take in the world. There is a blueprint for achievement, not written in the stars or etched into fate, but coded within the psychology of the human spirit. It is not about luck, nor is it simply a matter of effort. Success begins with understanding the way we think, the beliefs we hold, and the choices we make as a result. That's what success looks like. And the beliefs we hold and the choices we make as a result is in these unseen forces. Our mindset, discipline, and resilience. That the foundation for all great achievements is laid concretely along the way. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt that our mind follows our body follows our mind, and so forth. The truth about success is that it is deeply tied to how we see ourselves and the world around us. If you believe the world is unfair and that you are powerless to change your circumstances, that belief alone becomes your reality. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right, Henry Ford once said. The mind is a powerful architect, capable of building structures that either support or destroy the lives we wish to lead. A person who consistently tells themselves they are not good enough will create a life in alignment with that belief, just as surely as a person who believes they are capable of greatness will find ways to bring that greatness to life. The inner blueprint is where it all begins. And when you frame it in that way, then it becomes very real. But what shapes this inner blueprint? It is formed in part by the stories we tell ourselves and the narratives we adopt from others. Too often, we inherit limiting beliefs from our environment, beliefs about what is possible, what we deserve, and what we are capable of achieving. These beliefs act as invisible walls, confining us to lives of quiet mediocrity. But the moment we challenge those walls, the moment we choose to question whether these limits are real, we gain the power to break free. It is not enough to simply want success. We must believe we are capable of achieving it. This belief is the cornerstone of every great accomplishment. And it begins with a simple but profound question. What do I truly believe about myself? The next piece of the blueprint is discipline, and it is here that many falter. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not something that is celebrated or admired in the moment. It is, more often than not, tedious and uncomfortable. It is waking up early to work on a dream no one else can see, staying focused when distractions beckon, and doing the hard thing when the easy option is within reach. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, as Jim Rohn so wisely observed. Discipline is the act of choosing the former, of enduring the short-term discomfort that leads to long-term fulfillment. And yet, discipline is not about perfection. It is about persistence. It is about getting back on track no matter how many times you falter and continuing to move forward with purpose. Resilience is the third and perhaps most vital piece of the inner blueprint. No journey towards success is without its setbacks, no path entirely free of obstacles. There will be moments when it feels as though the universe itself is conspiring against you, when every step forward is met with resistance. It is in these moments that resilience becomes the defining factor. Resilience is not simply the ability to endure hardship. It is the capacity to grow stronger because of it. Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors, as the old proverb goes. Every challenge we face, every failure we endure, is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. Success is not the absence of failure. It is the mastery of resilience in the face of it. All right. What is remarkable about the psychology of success is how deeply interconnected these elements are. A belief in one's potential fuels the discipline needed to take action, and that action in turn builds resilience through experience. It is a self-reinforcing cycle, one that grows stronger with every step forward. But it is also a fragile cycle, easily disrupted by doubt, fear, or the influence of those who do not share your vision. And this is why it is so important to guard your inner blueprint, to be mindful of the thoughts you entertain and the voices you allow into your life. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you, who believe in your potential even when you doubt it yourself. And just as importantly, cultivate an inner voice that is kind, encouraging, and unwavering in its belief in your ability to succeed. There is, of course, another aspect to success that is often overlooked: the alignment of purpose with action. Too often we chase goals that are not truly our own, pursuing achievements that do not align with our values or passions. This disconnect creates a hollow form of success, one that feels empty even when it is celebrated by others. True success is deeply personal. It is the result of living in alignment with your purpose and values. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful, said Albert Schweitzer. The psychology of success is not just about achieving external goals. It is about creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling from the inside out. In the end, the blueprint for success is not something we are born with, nor is it something that can be handed to us. It is something we must create for ourselves, piece by piece, through the choices we make and the actions we take. It requires us to take responsibility for our own lives, to stop waiting for external circumstances to change and instead focus on changing ourselves. It requires us to believe in our own potential, to cultivate the discipline to pursue our goals, and to develop the resilience to persevere when the path becomes difficult. It requires us to live with purpose, to align our actions with our values, and to create a life that reflects the best of who we are. This is not an easy path, nor is it one that guarantees immediate results. But it is a path worth walking, a journey worth taking, for in the pursuit of success, we do not merely achieve our goals. We become the kind of person capable of achieving them. And that ultimately is the true measure of success. Not what we accomplish, but who we become in the process. So let us take responsibility for our own lives. Let us embrace the challenge of growth, and let us build an inner blueprint that reflects the greatness within us. The path may be difficult, but the reward is extraordinary. And as we walk that path, let us remember that success is not a destination. It is a way of being, a reflection of the strength, courage, and determination we carry within us. Motivation is a curious thing. It's the spark that ignites action, the invisible force that propels us forward, and yet it often seems so elusive. How many times have we felt inspired in the moment, only to watch that feeling fade as quickly as it came? Desire without action is like a fire that never catches. It has the potential to burn brightly, but without fuel, it withers into nothing. The key to success lies not in the fleeting rush of inspiration, but in the bridge we build between that initial spark and the actions that transform it into reality. To cross that bridge is to understand the deeper truths about motivation, persistence, and the human capacity for achievement. Motivation at its core is not just about feeling good or excited. It's about connecting to something meaningful. We often think that we need to wait for the right moment to act, for that surge of energy or clarity to push us forward. But if we only act when we feel motivated, we will accomplish very little. Life doesn't always offer us perfect conditions, and motivation is rarely consistent. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not a constant state of inspiration, but the ability to move forward even when the feelings aren't there. Action breeds motivation, as the saying goes, and not the other way around. Waiting for the right moment to begin is often just an excuse to delay. In truth, the right moment is the one you choose to make right. One of the great barriers to motivation is the overwhelming nature of our goals. When we stand at the base of a mountain and look up, the peak can seem impossibly far away. This sense of enormity can paralyze us, making it difficult to take even the smallest step forward. But the secret to achieving great things lies in breaking them down into manageable parts. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, Lao Tzu reminds us. It's not the grand gestures or dramatic leaps that lead to success, but the accumulation of small, consistent actions over time. When we focus on what we can do today, right now, the mountain becomes less intimidating. Each small step builds momentum, and before we know it, we've covered more ground than we thought possible. But there's another obstacle that often stands in the way of motivation: the fear of failure. It's a fear that whispers insidious lies into our ears, convincing us that it's better not to try than to risk falling short. Failure, we are told, is something to be avoided at all costs. Yet this mindset couldn't be further from the truth. Failure is not the enemy of success, it is its most faithful teacher. "Not failed," Thomas Edison famously said after countless unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb. "I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." Every setback, every stumble is an opportunity to learn and grow. The only true failure is refusing to try. When we embrace failure as a natural and necessary part of the process, we free ourselves from its paralyzing grip and open the door to progress. What sustains motivation in the long term is not just the pursuit of a goal, but the alignment of that goal with a deeper sense of purpose. Too often we chase success for the sake of external validation, money, status, recognition, only to find ourselves feeling empty once we achieve it. Real motivation comes from within, from pursuing something that resonates with our values and passions. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of the Holocaust, wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. When we connect our actions to a purpose that matters deeply to us, we find a reservoir of strength and resilience that carries us through even the most difficult times." Purpose is the anchor that keeps us grounded, the compass that guides us when the path ahead is unclear. Of course, maintaining motivation also requires discipline. And discipline is not something we are born with, it is something we cultivate. It's easy to feel motivated when everything is going well, when the path is smooth and the results are immediate. But what happens when the novelty wears off, when progress slows, or when obstacles appear? This is where discipline steps in. Discipline is the commitment to doing what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like doing it. Waking up early to work on your dreams, saying no to distractions, and choosing long-term rewards over short-term gratification. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent, and consistency over time is what leads to extraordinary results. Yet even with discipline, there will be moments when the journey feels lonely, when doubt creeps in and the motivation to continue wavers. In these moments, it's important to remember that no one succeeds alone. Surrounding ourselves with supportive, like-minded individuals can make all the difference. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, as the African proverb says. The people we choose to spend time with shape our thoughts, our attitudes, and ultimately our actions. Find those who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, and who remind you of your potential when you lose sight of it. And just as importantly, be that person for others. In lifting others up, we often find ourselves lifted as well. At the heart of motivation is a profound truth. Success is not a destination, but a journey. It's not about achieving a single goal or reaching a specific milestone. It's about who we become in the process. The effort we put in, the lessons we learn, and the resilience we develop along the way are far more valuable than any external reward. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones, Confucius said. Each action we take, no matter how small, contributes to the person we are building ourselves to be. And that person, the one who persists, who adapts, who grows, is the ultimate achievement. When we understand the psychology of motivation, we realize that it is not some mysterious force that appears and disappears at will. It is something we can cultivate, nurture, and sustain. It begins with a belief in our ability to succeed, grows through the consistent actions we take, and is sustained by a deeper sense of purpose. It requires us to embrace failure, practice discipline, and seek support from those around us. And above all, it demands that we take responsibility for our own lives, that we stop waiting for the perfect moment and instead create the conditions for success ourselves. The bridge between inspiration and action is not built in a single moment. It is constructed piece by piece through effort, persistence, and a willingness to embrace the challenges that come our way. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. For in building that bridge, we do not just achieve our goals. We discover our strength, our purpose, and the incredible capacity within us to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. And that, in the end, is what true success looks like.